Hi, everybody. So, I am here to talk about this great conjunction that we've all been hearing about everywhere, right? Okay. So, this great conjunction is happening on December 21st, which is also the winter solstice. So, that has a big significant role as well in why this is such an important celestial event. Okay. So, basically, what's happening is Jupiter and Saturn are conjuncting, right? Um, so they're going to meet together. They do meet every 20 years or so, but they're going to meet. They haven't been this close in 0 degrees since 1624, and 0 degrees in Aquarius in particular in that year. Okay. So what does this symbolize for all of us, right? It's a change in humanity, really, is what it comes down to. So this is going to represent a significant change in how us as a collective view the world, okay? Um, so this particular alignment is going to also be bringing more dramatic shifts for people, okay? Um, and because it is super important, the fact that they're meeting at 0 degrees of Aquarius, zero signifies infinite possibilities, okay? You know, so it's representing a major shift in all of us individually and as a collective. Um, so basically, we're entering a new era of higher consciousness and limitless possibilities. Okay. So we're entering the age of Aquarius, right? But why is that part so important here? Aquarius is anticipated heart-centered era of greater harmony, peace, and higher frequencies. Okay, so everybody's worldview is going to be changing. Society is changing. The way that we choose to approach our lives is going to be changing. The Aquarian age is all about abundance and community and coming together and a love for humanity, as opposed to that Earth energy that we've been in, which is more, um, you know, uh, showing off, and seeing the beauty of things and dealings with money and greed and that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're moving out of that kind of an energy, right? Aquarius also allows us to focus on the good, okay? Rather than focusing solely on what our own needs and wants are, we're going to be focusing more on a community level, basically. That we're all going to understand that we need to come together in order to create a better world. So what is that going to do for us? It's going to put more focus on material possessions and coming from more self-centered standpoints. That we're going to be moving away from that stuff and becoming more community focused, and we're going through a revolutionary kind of a period right now. Okay. So what we need to focus more on is the benefits of the collective. How can we help our neighbors? We're going to be helping communities learn how to thrive, right? And we're going to be more connected as a human race in general. We're going to not be focusing as much on our own needs necessarily. I'll get back to that a little bit more in a minute here. But basically, we're going to be coming together to create this peaceful, loving, and compassionate world, which is what we all really want, right? So it's going to be through Saturn that we're able to mature and become wiser and to find our true inner strength, right? So if you think about it, Saturn is connected to the Lord of Karma, okay? And so by working through all of the lessons that we have learned in this from Saturn, we're going to be able to clear out all of our karmic debts, okay? We're going to be able to attract more good karma into our lives. Saturn is also our constant reminder that all debts need to be paid. But once the lessons have been learned, then we are able to upgrade ourselves, right, to the next level of this evolution. Okay. So Jupiter, which is associated with the principles of growth and expansion and healing, prosperity, good fortune, miracles, all of that. It's wisdom and higher truths, right? It's the law, growth, expansion. It's also risk taking, okay? But because these two are coming together, it's like the Lord of Karma is meeting with that planet of expansion, okay? Jupiter is going to be able to shine light on all of the lessons. Sorry, go to my notes. Jupiter is going to be able to shine light on all of the lessons that we learned through Saturn here. And it's making us see things with more truth and more clarity and figuring out how to expand, right? This conjunction is so pivotal because this energy isn't just affecting us individually, but it's affecting us globally as a collective, right? So it's almost like the earth is waking up to all the karma, right? And in many ways, our entire planet is going to be advancing to a new level and looking for those debts to be paid, okay? It also, I just want to point out the fact that anybody who's listening to this right now, you're not going to see this alignment again in this lifetime, okay? So I do also, I mentioned at the beginning of this that the winter solstice does take place on the same day, right? And that's important because this is the shortest day of the year, right? Longest night, shortest day. And what does that symbolize? It symbolizes us moving into a period of returning to the light, okay? So it's us starting that new cycle towards brighter days, if you understand, okay? So I kind of want to talk about how this is going to apply to you in your own life, okay? Basically, I need you to focus on your own energies here. Think about where you want to attach or get ruled by the material items and possessions in your life. Where in your own life can you become more heart-centered, okay? And I want you to reassess your goals and keep your energetic vibrational frequencies high, okay? And it's hard to do that, but we just need to up our frequency levels, all of us. So those are the best things that you can kind of do to prepare yourself for what's going to happen. So basically what I'm going to talk about now is planting seeds, okay? Which is what this conjunction is all about, is planting those seeds. They're being planted. And some of us are going to feel this kind of right away. Many of us, it's going to take the course of the next 2 years, okay? So it's planting the seed. It's about 2 years until it's ready, and then it's going to fully manifest for you over the course of the next 20 years. I know that's very confusing, but that's kind of what we're going to talk about here. So what I want you to do is to be aware of the seeds that you are planting, right? It's not just about the effort of trying to manifest something. You really have to put your intention into what it is you want to manifest, okay? And I know that aligning yourself and getting on that higher frequency is a very hard thing to do, but it's a process that requires willingness to surrender to loving yourself, and stepping into your true and authentic powers, okay? You don't have to try to be positive or force yourself to create this reality. You just need to simply be yourself, okay? Listen to your higher self, and naturally allow your vibrational energies to rise, okay? With the energy being created from this conjunction. If we can get to a place where we're vibrating at love, joy, passion, appreciation, and happiness, then we are going to be contributing to the entire frequency of the whole world. Okay, put that into perspective for a minute. Just you raising your vibrational energy is going to help those around you also raise theirs, okay? Our own energies are higher and brighter and more powerful when they're surrounding us and pushing out to the people around us. So I also just want to point out that the 21st is certainly a day to get clear about your heartfelt intentions. Where do you want to see yourself over the course of the next 20 years? Okay, if you're old enough, where were you 20 years ago? Kind of look at that pattern and see what major shifts happened 20 years ago, right? And kind of use that as your guide to help you move into the next 20. So I do want to also mention the fact, let me get over here because I know I'll forget to say it if I don't say it now, So there is, not only are we going into this revolutionary period, where Aquarius is an air sign that's about thoughts and truth and communication, moving into Aquarius, which is about future and technology, okay? And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and it all kind of just works together. It's definitely showing the intensity of old forms dying away, okay? And it's the fertility of something new cultivating. It's crazy. The energy is going to get really crazy. It's like a changing of the tides, okay? But there is a shadow version of these elements as well, and these energies, okay? So what I want to talk about here is the fact that so Taurus, remember how I mentioned it's going to be in Saturn and Taurus are going to be for the next 5 years. This Taurus rules our second houses, okay? And this is about the things that we value. It's also Taurus is ruled by Venus, okay, which is about the beauty of life and the costs of money and power. I mentioned this before. But this whole conjunction is working opposite with Leo, okay? Think ascendant and descendant, okay? And with that being said, well, what is Leo about? Leo is about being flashy, right? Entertainment, Hollywood type lifestyles, yeah? Um, so moving into the stage of Aquarius right now, it's like the truth, people are going to be over everything that's fake and they're going to see everything for what it is, okay? This Aquarius, this Leo in the descendant of this conjunction, it's about over the course of the next 20 years, relationships will be different, okay? Relationships like partnerships are going to be more like friendships, okay? There's going to be less sexual, lower scale of importance. People aren't going to be caring so much about sex. They're going to be working more about fixing themselves. So there's just like this anatomy, I don't know if that's how you say the word, and detachment that's going to be happening in relationships, okay? Marriages, you're going to see more people living separately or having separate bedrooms in their houses. People just really wanting their own spaces. So I just want to point that out, that that's very, very possible moving into the next 20 years with that Leo and that descendant, okay? Everybody's life views are going to be changing. They're going to be wanting to work on their inner selves. People want their space, okay? So I do want to kind of talk about how this is going to affect your sign. So if you're an air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, right? This is going to be your time to shine, really, especially if you're an Aquarius with or Aquarius rising, more so Aquarius rising than anything, but either way, okay, Aquarius. But this is going to be about experiencing new blessings and having fun for once, being able to enjoy life a little bit, okay? So the energy around you guys at this time, it's going to inspire you to dream really big and to allow yourself to expand into a better version of yourself, okay? So be ready to have a boost of positivity and passion in your life, more spirituality, new relationships that are deep and meaningful, okay? Creative growth in the in the coming months, okay? Over the course of basically like the next 2 years, okay? But you have to be willing to put in the work. That's the big ticket, okay? You have to put the work in if you want to achieve your dreams. But you have to go lightly, okay? Strengthen your commitment to the beauty and learning of all the new things in a very fun way. This could be things such as just reading books, taking an online class, attending webinars and seminars, listening to podcasts, joining groups of like-minded people who are also looking to expand their knowledge. Okay. So if you're a water sign, this period is going to be about quiet progress for you. You might feel like you're being nudged towards opening up your heart a little bit more and maybe feeling a little bit more vulnerable than normal. But that's good. That's a good thing, okay? But it's time you have to release any emotional baggage, any negative emotional baggage, especially that anything that's been weighing you down, and you need to trust in your higher self to lead you towards the good heart-centered experiences that require you to be open and trusting and ready to grow. You need to be open to new ways of healing and empowering yourself. And you need to think of this time as a chance to tap into your inner warrior, okay? That very wise part of you that has always been so strong, but you've kind of been holding back. Tap into that, okay? So if you're an earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I don't think I went over what the water signs were, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But into the earth signs here, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, what's the significance of this going to be for you guys? Well, I feel like a lot of you are going to have a lot of career opportunities, okay? New career opportunities coming your way, new ways of making money, expanding your financial problems. If you're having financial problems, you're going to come up with a way to expand and get past it. You're going to be eager and busy. You guys are going to be busy, busy, busy trying to figure out how to make that money, okay? You also might be taking on more responsibilities, just saying, especially if it comes to money or professional growth, okay? But you have to keep yourself grounded. As earth signs, you guys are typically pretty good at grounding yourselves and staying grounded, but you have to remember that periods of growth and change require you to leave your comfort zone, okay? It doesn't mean that you need to abandon your sense of self or the foundations that you have implemented for yourself. It just means that you need to understand the process of growth and the change that requires you to step out of your comfort zone, okay? If you are a fire sign, right? Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, this is going to be bringing you a new sense of independence, okay? A new sense of adventure, big, bright ideas. It's important for you to remember that you can also learn through others, okay? The age of Aquarius is all about the collective and sharing ideas and creating harmony through cooperation. And you guys are going to be seeing a lot of this in your own personal lives. You're going to be feeling inspired to get closer to your friends and other people, like people you have connections with. And you're going to, sorry, excuse me, my page won't turn. You guys are going to be like the kindred spirits, okay? You're going to be finding like-minded warriors. And you need to also remember to listen and absorb what other people are telling you and implement new ideas that you learn from what you learn, right? But you, just like anybody, you have to put in the work. You have to be willing to put in the work, share your visions in order to get the most out of life, right? So one thing I do want you guys to all remember is that we are all the co-creators of our life, okay? The universe creates many magical wonders for us. It really, truly does. But we are the co-creator of our life. We have the gift of free will, right? So I just really want everybody to kind of focus on creating new boundaries, focus on taking a few risks, you know? But you need to not forget who you are and what is important to you and what your belief systems are, because everybody's going to be going through this major transformation where everything is just going to be changing, okay? I think I just want to double, triple check. Yeah, I've gone over everything. So basically we're entering this new age of freedom, okay, guys? There are a lot of shifts occurring right now in our lives, in personal and on a global level. I also recently heard too that the earth is like getting a download, right? I feel like I've been getting these energetical downloads as well. Like hearing my ears ring. Sometimes they're super intense. I don't have tinnitus or whatever the hell that shit's called, but my ears have been ringing a lot more lately, and some of them have been very intense. And if you look into like why that can happen, it's spiritual downloads are happening in your subconscious mind. And eventually throughout this period, you know, things are coming to clarity, truth and clarity, right? That's what we're moving into with this new age of Aquarius. So our subconscious mind, that's going to move into our conscious mind. So those spiritual downloads are helping us build a better version of ourselves. And we're all going to there's going to be a lot of revolting, okay? There is. I mean, it's bound to happen. We're going through a revolutionary period, okay? Think back to Revolutionary War, right? You know, This is going to be a very scary time. This, especially the next 6 months, is going to be very nerve-wracking if you look at the charts for the next 6 months. But we're all going to get through this, and we're all going to learn something new about our own selves, which is so amazing, honestly. So I think that's where I'm going to end this. So if you stayed listening this long, thank you for listening, and we will catch you later. Bye.